This is my tester bottle. It's been carbonating for a couple of weeks, 16 days to be precise, and I popped this in the fridge 24 hours ago to give it a try. Now, in the instructions, it actually says 2 weeks to a month for letting the carbonation. So we're going to give this one a little bit of an early test, but come back for the proper test in a couple of weeks' time. So, step one is I can't get the lid off. Nope, that's not budging. Plan B, a marigold glove. Oh, wow. This is definitely shaking it up more than I planned as well. If this goes wrong, I can always delete this video. I wonder how often a pair of marigold gloves shows up in a brewer's advice. Well, once, probably. I want a drink! I want a drink! Oh dear. If I run it under hot water, it's sort of going to defeat the object of having a cold beer. The taster jar idea is perhaps not going to be classed as one of my successes. I suppose I could pry it off. No, I think we're into pry it off territory. I suppose we've got no disagreements about the seal on the jar. When you consider using a little jar for taste purposes, just forget it. Oh. Success. Now, can't say we got much fizz, but you know, let's not be too critical just yet. Right, just to get rid of your marigolds. I do want to just pour it gently because I don't want to take along any of that sediment if I can help it. But I think we left most of it behind. Ooh. Now I've poured it, definitely very nice smell. You can't taste the honey at all. Perhaps I'm a bit disappointed that, you know, it did say the honey, you don't taste the honey particularly, but it was one of the key ingredients. But this one has turned out very nice. It's just a bit flat, and I think I'm hoping that is purely down to the fact that I used this dodgy jar. And actually it was also the very end of the bottling process. So actually sort of the earlier bottles had taken it from the top, so there was less sediment left behind. So I actually think I'm going to be very happy with this. It's perhaps not quite possible to tell from this test, but it's definitely going to finish it now I've started. And cold, it does have that refreshing feel to it. So a bit too, perhaps just a bit too bitter. But then they say, and we'll find out, brews tend to mellow with age and you need to give them a bit more time. So this is still pretty young. So I'm hoping that it's just a little bit too early, and when we come back in a couple of weeks to open the first of the bottles, that actually that will be a more positive taste. And even a couple of weeks sounds quite soon in the scheme of things. It's probably worth leaving it a bit longer. So if I can conjure up the patience, which is actually the biggest challenge now, with a couple of things on the go, you just sort of eager to jump in there and taste something probably a bit quicker than you should. But it's still good fun. So I hope you're enjoying these videos. If there is anybody out there, to my one viewer, thank you very much. And I'll see you next time. Opening take one. Not a lot of fizz there. I was hopeful the carbonation might just give it a bit more sweetness, but let's see. There really don't seem to be much in the way of fizz. Tiny amount. I've still got 10 days to wait before I open the bottles, so this was just me cheating. Bit of a lack of patience maybe. Just eager to try it out. Actually, this is an improvement over my last tester. Still is just lacking that little bit of oomph, I think. But actually, maybe it is just a factor of age, and the fact that we're just giving it a bit more time, and I'm just intervening a bit too soon. I think I take some promise from that. There is a bit of a bitter aftertaste that it's coming now, but that is normal for IPA. It's just a bit more than is normal. But I do hope it is just a factor of age, and when we come back in 10 days, we'll be there. Goldsmiths Honey Ale, fingers crossed.